couple years ago, the Giants win the Super Bowl. David Tyree makes the catch on the helmet. Everybody knows about it. We're doing the Max Kellerman show. One day, we get a call saying, you guys have a delivery downstairs. We go downstairs, and that moment is perfectly captured. Statue made out of duct tape. Tyree, immaculate reception, immaculate connection, whatever it's called, but has the ball stuck to his helmet. Perfectly moment in time captured by this man, Cole Small. Cole, how you doing, man?
I got what it take to shine. Investigate minds to the full extent. You see, expect a third of my breath. Fool, I've been faithful to the code since young and restless. Never talk too much in duct detectives. Adhere to the rules and regs, cause out here you could lose your legs over booze and sex. It ain't a joke, man. The deal is real, complete with a closed casket to seal the deal. Complex and stretched on.
We got that call, and you were just down there, and you wanted to bring it by the show. You were a fan of the show, and I guess you just wanted to, say, hey, this is a gift. I want to show you guys what I do, but we were totally blown away by it. How did you start making these kind of statues out of duct tape?
Well, I started at age 5. I've always loved football, and during the 70s there were no football toys. So I used to make my own football toys out of paper or anything I would find around the house. Wire, paper, straws. And one day my parents painted the home and I got my hands on a roll of masking tape. And from that period on, I started using masking tape to make my own toys with anything around the house.
I have one you made of LeBron dunking over Kevin Garnett. Like, I remember when that game happened, I got a text, people were like, wow, at that dunk, I was running around the apartment like in circles, woo, woo, woo. And then like a couple weeks later, you got this, statue ready. It's beautiful. I have it sitting next to my desk by my computer. When did you decide, like, other than I'm going to make a toy for myself to play with, when am I going to turn that into, a work of art?
Well, the actual moment when that turned into a work of art, I'd say started back when I was a teenager. For a while, I had stopped making them when I got older because my parents really pushed education, and I was getting into starting to play football. And at that point, when I hit 16, I was struck with a sickness called Crohn's disease. And what happened when I got sick with Crohn's disease is I lost a lot of weight, and I was hospitalized frequently, and I couldn't play sports anymore. So I retrieved back to something that I did in my youth, which was make sculptures out of tape. Quarterback David Garrard from Jacksonville, he has Crohn's, and I seen a piece on him when he had the surgery to have a few inches of his colon removed, which is pretty much the same surgery that I've had on a few occasions. The particular piece that you're talking about with the catch with the Tyree, in December, I had a surgery, which was, I believe, my 5th surgery involving Crohn's disease. I was homesick from work, and the Giants are my favorite team. Even back when they were losing with Ray Perkins, back in the old days, I loved the Giants. Yeah. And when I seen Tyree made that catch, I was inspired. And homesick from work every day, I would listen to Max to pass the time. And I was like, I like what he says, I like him, and you guys were discussing what to name the particular catch. Yeah. And I just took a chance and decided to make it. It's out there. If I see it, I can figure out a way to make it as long as I have this in my hand.
Yeah, I wish we had a studio audience. You've shown this to David Garrard? I mean, it's probably the nicest thing someone's done to capture him in action.
No, I haven't had a chance to yet, but this particular piece means a lot to me. I actually sleep with this next to my nightstand as a reminder of what I'm doing all of this for. I would really love to bring the cause of Crohn's disease to the forefront. My ultimate goal is to hopefully one day have him sign this or another sculpture of him. This is a piece in progress. It's a rack pull from the Washington Redskins. And the reason that I choose to do his particular sculpture is because of the uniqueness of his muscle mass and his body type, which is long, lean, heavily muscled, and it's just a statuesque kind of physique. So that's something that's inspiring to an artist when you look at a certain person like that. This second one is Caribbean, it's cricket.
But when you say it's a work in progress, how do you, when you start, what do you do? Take me through it. Like, I can do this part. I can get the board. But after that, I'm lost. What do you do right then?
I take wiring, build the structure of the person that I want, and then from there, I put it into the pose that it has to be, and I work the muscles and the muscle mass of the person to get to the exact pose that I want. I built every muscle. It's not just one piece of tape wrapped around. Every muscle is built. See the arms, You see the traps. I make sure that the muscles are in the right positions when they're flexed. Things like the helmets come off.
Take a look at this Santonio Holmes piece. This is my favorite, I think, of the new ones, because I really like when you capture a moment. Like, I can remember this moment, this play. You know, I saw it in the Super Bowl last year. So, like, it's like the Tyree catch or the LeBron one I have with the dunk. A specific moment in time that people can always think back to. I know of that play. I like when you do that. That's why I think this is my favorite of the new ones.
Yeah, what I did with this one is watch the video over and over to make sure that I caught the feet exactly how they were at the moment, because he just didn't go up on his toes. One foot was behind the other. I'm a stickler for the detail, and he leaned out over the out of bounds to snatch the ball and then pull it out and fall down. And that was one of the most spectacular catches in the Super Bowl from the past. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger got it right between 3 Cardinal defensemen, and that was one of the most beautiful plays I had ever seen. These particular ones are my own creations.
Yeah, let's get into that now, too. You were explaining that to me earlier. You're working on a comic book.
Yeah, I'm working on a comic book. I'm a big martial arts fan. I love watching martial arts movies. And what I started making were Japanese samurais.
I studied Japanese by reading Wolverine's Adventures in Japan. What did you study?
I read books. I watched documentaries, along with watching Japanese films, a lot of them imported subtitle films, to see the feel and the texture and how they do their uniforms. Like this particular one is of a bowman, of a Japanese bowman. Fur over the traditional Japanese outfits. The kimono, as you know, which is part of the outfit.
I mean, really, you feel it to the touch, too. There's stuff behind everything here.
Solid.
Yeah.
You know, the Japanese bow, the way the Japanese make their bows, all the way down to their small carrying daggers. This particular one, hopefully it can come out, down to the smallest detail.
It's obviously Japanese culture, but there's another underlying theme. You said based on Jamaican gang culture?
Yeah. I watch a lot of documentaries and everything. So
Samurai shatas?
Basically, that's a good way to put it. And it's just the whole structure of the government, internal fighting, a lot of great characters, a lot of martial arts involved in it. Hopefully my vision can transfer from 3D into being able to describe 3D with words. I could do it with tape. This is my first attempt. Hopefully I can be successful at it.
Well, you're off to a good start, man. You know, tremendous stuff. You got a lot of talent, man. You really are an artist. And I think, you know, not too long down the line when we talk, that David Guerrero piece is going to be signed, man.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking the time, Cole.